I'm here. I wanted to just do a long form video about my feelings about PValley as a show, and then the last episode, which is called 7 Pounds of Pressure, season 2, I think episode 2 or 3. Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. So I wanted again to do a long form episode. I didn't want to leave it in my stories because I knew I was going to talk more than like a minute, and I don't like to give you a whole bunch of stories if it's unnecessary. So I was like, let me just do a whole video. So my thoughts on PValley as a show is that I think it's cute. I think it is entertaining. Very campy. I don't know if it was just this episode or this season that they've ramped up the camp, because the girl said last season. I guess they was like start with the first season. And I'm just like, I don't think it's for me. But I don't think it's a bad show. I do like the culture of it. I do like the strip club culture. I like seeing the girls shake their butts and stuff. But I don't really, it's not for me. I'm not the target audience. I love trash shows and different types of shows, but this one's just not for me. I also don't really like the accents. I feel like they're probably authentic. I don't know. I'm not from Mississippi. But I feel like the accents is not giving what needs to be gave. I'm not going to tear the show down, but that's what wore my ass out during this episode, baby. Wore me the fuck out. I said, why are y'all talking like this? This is crazy to me. This is insane. I can't sit through like episodes about episodes and y'all talking like this. We can't do that. So it was the accents for me. They're too much. I can't manage that, so I'm not going to manage it, right? So the PValley as a show, I think it is a really good show. I'm not interested in giving it another glance, but I will, definitely not tell the girls not to watch it. I would say definitely if that shit get down and you love it, continue to watch it. Again, I'm just not the target audience. Just not. So now we're going to get to 7 Pounds of Pressure. Because the girls was looking to me to tell you what was exactly, I guess, happening in this episode. There were a few little spiritual, new age, hoodoo, root work type of references in this particular episode. And I thought that was cute. I thought it was done in a fun way. I think it was realistic what they were doing in the episode. And I think it incorporated the spirituality element that everybody is into now, without it being cheesy, fake, or weird. You know what I mean? I thought it was cute. So the first thing I'll talk about is the pendulum use. When the white girl, shout out to her, busts out her little pendulum in the little dressing room and they asking questions and stuff like that. Like, I thought that was cute. I think that was true representation of pendulum use. There are African American people, there are black people in the diaspora, whatever, people of color, who do use pendulums. But from my knowledge and my recollection, I believe that's more of a European type of thing. We have our own methods, but you know what I mean? Like, that's more of a European type of thing. So I think I'm going to say gypsies is coming to mind, but dead people will let me know, or they're going to get me together. Y'all can get me together in the comments if I'm wrong. So for her to bring that forth, I really appreciated that they made it, again, culturally make sense. Like, she's a white girl. White girls are more so into the pendulum use. So I fucks with it. That was perfect for me. I thought that was really cute. I thought it was cute when they had the little stripper pole swinging back and forth, and she was like, let's answer the question. And was trying to get that girl to kind of ask her the question to kind of go into it. But I get it. Some people are very skittish when it comes to spirituality, so that was a good representation of showing. Some people, they take to it. Other people are like, absolutely the fuck not, Satan. So the other thing that came up was when Diamond, who I guess used to work at the club the first season, left, whatever, something, came in and, Uncle Clifford, took the girl that fell off the thing. Again, if you did not see the episode, spoiler alert. She was doing her thing. She was struggling with her shoulder from whatever happened last season or the episode before. And she fell all the way down on the stage from trying to do a trick in the air on a pole. And they took her to Diamond, and Diamond performed some Reiki or laying hands. A lot of people were saying that it was root work, energy work. And root work, to me, again, this is from my knowledge, this is from my point of view, are two separate entities. Root work specifically speaks to the working of roots, herbs, herbalism, and working with churros in some cases. So churros could be anything that's not a root from a plant or herb. And I don't necessarily wouldn't say what he was doing was root work with that particular portion of it. That is definitely Reiki. Because that's what the girls know it as. Laying hands if you work in hoodoo. Voodoo is something completely separate. I believe they also have some sort of energy working. I'm not sure what it's called because that's close practice. But laying hands on somebody, a lot of people would be more familiar with that because you get that in the church where, you know, the saints, bishop, deacons, or whatever, going around laying hands on people and putting the spirit on or taking the spirit off of people, right? That's what he was doing in this particular episode. And it was realistic. You know, he went in and took the energy, spirit or whatever off of her shoulder, weighed it to see, you know, what exactly it was. Again, a form of divination. Again, hoodoo has its own forms of divination. The most common ones that people know are dice, pennies, or playing cards, right? Regular playing cards. So, I'm sorry. We also read bones, right? So, and bone sets can be made up of whatever you like to put in them, in addition to bones from animals, you know, whatever situations, right? So he did use a form of divination to see exactly what was going on, or what was coming out of her shoulder. As you can see, open the window, let whatever spirit out so it could be removed, right? So it was pretty accurate. I did appreciate what they did. I think it was appropriate. I think it also, the trap witch, shout out to her, she mentioned in her kind of analysis of it that she was glad that people are kind of connecting sex work and not sexuality, but spirituality. That's super important because a lot of root workers, a lot of spiritual people have done sex work, or currently are working in sex work. And that legitimizes it, which I appreciate. So I wasn't mad at this episode. I don't think it was corny. I think it was pretty accurate. There was one other thing. I didn't want this video to be super long, but one other thing that he did, he talked about actual root work that he was doing to keep a body hidden. You can do that type of work in root work if you are a two-headed doctor, or maybe a witch doctor. You are somebody who can perform those types of rites. You can be initiated into hoodoo. There's a hierarchy of hoodoo. It's not what people think it is, like it's just folk magic. No, it has has its own saints. It has its own, you know, science, has divination. It's a whole system. So I think, you know, he would be considered maybe a two-headed doctor or a witch doctor, right? Because he's able to perform those type of rites. In root working, you can also perform things to hide, obscure, and get rid of and remove. So what Diamond was talking about was absolutely true, and that is absolutely work that you can do, right? So that was my thoughts. PValley, good job. I think that that's cute. Maybe you guys will continue to incorporate it. I also just wanted to say, I think that it's funny that Diamond's a root worker, but the whole time he couldn't save the club. What is this? What are y'all doing over there? But like I said, I probably won't watch it again. It's not for me. I just don't like it. I can't do the accents. I can't. But I think it's a good show. I think you guys should continue to watch it, and I appreciate them for bringing spirituality into a positive light, and like the trap witch said, connecting sex work and spirituality, and how it's not too far off, and it's not debased that somebody, you know, would be expressing or using their sexuality for personal gain and be a spiritual person. So I will see y'all on the next one, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.